So, some of you probably know we do have an account with Hyperkin. Hyperkin is a gaming hardware development company that specializes in consoles and accessories for multiple generations of games. They sent me something new that they're trying out, and some of you may have not seen or ever watched the video. It's been 3 years now, almost, that we posted an N64 stick repair video. Today, we're going to be repairing N64 controllers and switching out gears from two different companies. Kisech, then we got N64 gears, and then we got a standard new controller stick from Hyperkin. I'll see if I can remember to throw it up here so you guys can go back and watch it. So I went ahead and bought a couple of different parts and pieces from different companies to try different things to see what we think was cheaper, better, and quicker for us to repair N64. I don't know, what do you call it? Okay, it's ED, all right? The stick's got ED. For example, here is an N64 controller that has the elusive ED of the stick. Now, this is a fairly common problem with those old N64 controllers that just can't get it up anymore. Luckily, Hyperkin has once again solved that issue. It's limp stick. So Hyperkin has sent us a new replacement stick that we're going to look at. I'm going to look at the old ones and how we do our new ones, and we're going to take it apart and see what's going on with it. So let's go. All right, so we have an original. This is repair boxes N64 controller, and we're going to open Hyperkin's right now. This is Hyperkin's. Actually, it is from repair box because I think I got this from Hyperkin a long time ago. These are Hall Effect Sensor N64 or GameCube style N64 controller replacements. It's a pretty box. I don't know what the MSRP is going to be on these things. These are fairly new. They just are testing them to see if they work. Let's open this one because this is an N64. This is again short stick style, which is also the GameCube style. The GameCube sticks aren't bad. We just had issues with the margins on this compared to the original. I have a caliper unit right here that's going to tell me right here is, let's see, where's the best way to measure this? We'll measure it over here on this side. So this side is 17.61 millimeters. And this one on this side, 17.52. So we're going, that's the inside. So the first lip right here is about the same. But the bigger thing we need to check is the height of this right here. This is about 23 on the original, and it's a lot larger on this one, this little plastic piece, 23.87 millimeters. So the margins on that are a little bit larger. Let's see the back if it's roughly the same. 24. Yeah, the originals have a lot less. This is 22. So this was our problem right here, is this has a lot more, it's a lot thicker on this original GameCube replacement from Hyperkin Repair Box. So what we had is cracking along this one because the margins, let's see the outside of this thing. This is 32.23, and the outside on this one, 32.1, so it's a little bit smaller diameter on the outside of this circle as well. That's why we stopped using this, because the margins were just too large for this. So I'm intrigued to see if they repaired that issue or fix that issue on their new Hall Effect ones. So let's open this guy up and find out. Because that was one of the one reasons we stopped using these, is just because the margins weren't quite right. And honestly, we like original sticks. I like original 64 sticks compared to these fat GameCube sticks, but let's see. They look almost identical to the original N64 sticks. So let's check to see. I'll put this one aside. So let's see if they 32.22. Again, original is 32.18. Okay. So we're gonna come and measure the front of this like we did the other ones. This is 32.12. It's a little less than the original. This is 30 or 23.131. So it's actually smaller. It's about the same. That's good. So they fixed that compared to, which you kind of can see. They actually lowered the profile. I don't know if you can see it, but look how thick that is compared to that. So they did fix that issue. So if these margins are fairly close, then that's a good thing. I'm gonna check this bottom lip, which is 17.19 and 17.19. So nice. They fixed the original problems I had. Is this was not the correct dimensions. So this original N64 controller stick was off, so we stopped using it. So let's go ahead and open this up, because this is the one that's supposed to be Hall Effect. So we did the measurements on that, so we're going to take the new stick apart. Again, this is supposed to be a Hall Effect, so we're going to find out how they're doing that. All right. So just like our standard 64 controller, the back screw comes off, and you got to take these two tabs out, and it should just pop off. Alright, here we go. Let's go to the board. So here she is. Pretty much like your run-of-the-mill, but it doesn't have the clicky click for the extra button right here. It also doesn't have the legs for that either, even though it could. So we're going to take off this potentiometer really quick. Two tabs on the side to press it in. I don't want to break it, but we're going to desolder it. So there's a magnet right here and a magnet right there, and that's how it reads the potentiometer, similar to, these are PS5, Xbox One, just like that. So this is a Hall Effect stick. I'm gonna put it back together. We put the stick back on. This is a 64 stick. I mean, it feels fine, which I would expect from a Hall Effects stick. The margins are correct, so they're not going to be breaking your N64 controllers, which is good. Has little tabs in there so you can line up the motherboard back in there easily, which is nice. It's a good design choice. Pop, pop, and we'll put the screw back in, which, unlike the original 64, this, really doesn't need the screw. It just holds it together a little bit more, where this is the original. The reason why this screw is here, because there's a spring in it that keeps the stick up. So this is an original N64. I don't even think this has been replaced by us. Nope, doesn't look like it yet. So it's pretty simple. This is similar to the board they have. And then in here, there's little wheels that get measured, where it goes up and down. This is more a mechanical, where that's more of a digital. But these sticks, it isn't drift you gotta worry about. It is stick wear. So these black plastic things in here wear out. These guys right here wear out. Where the only wearing this could potentially do is like the top of the stick, maybe the stick itself, similar to PlayStation 5, Xbox One sticks. They could potentially have that issue. So are these going to be better? Here's where I'm at. So in a second we'll put that in a 64 controller, test it out, see what we think of it. But I have a question for you guys. Would you even be interested in replacing your sticks for something like a Hall Effect? It is technically a GameCube stick, not a 64 stick. So would you be interested in it? Does the system actually need it? Honestly. And fairly easy to replace and fix the original problems. This is a fairly new product they've just designed. They sent us some, pretty much one to test and see what we think of it. So I'm intrigued. I don't know the MSRP on these things. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know what our cost is on them, whether they're cheaper, better, or not. We're gonna have to put some time into it. John will actually be testing out some Hall Effects on his PS5 controllers to test out Hall Effects and what we think of them. So Hall Effect is fairly new design for these new sticks. It's mass producing now, so it's better and easier for us to get repairs for them. If they last longer, that's better. Same thing with 64s. Don't get me wrong, these things didn't go bad for, 30 something years, but at least we have an option to replace them. How good are they? I don't really know, because I haven't spent too much time. I've never replaced anything of mine personally with Hall Effects, so it's a fairly new market. We have the option to do repairs with Hall Effects, but we don't have enough information with customers that we replaced yet to see if it's even worth it. So are 64 sticks one of those things that are worth it? It really depends. If you play a lot of 64, maybe you need it. Maybe you need that competitive edge. It's literally what the back of the box says. Competitive edge. You got to get it. You need the competitive edge. So I'm gonna find a 64 controller, which I think I sold all the extra ones we had at the swap meet. But we may have one lying around here that I can swap out, and we'll test it on a system and see how it feels. All right, we had these jank blue ones that we're not gonna sell, but we stole the sticks from them. So I'm gonna open these up, put the new stick in it, and we're gonna test it with this guy. John just asked a question. He asked, what's wrong with this one? Well, it's technically been sun faded. So this blue, that's the color it's supposed to be, and the other side is black. Yep. So we don't like to sell stuff like this. We use it for parts, but this one's perfect for testing it because it already has the stick out. I'll move this original over. I'll go ahead and take the 64 controller apart. There it goes. And then we'll put the Z button on the back, which the design Z button feels a little off. Let's check the original. Zeroed out. Let's see. Let's check the inside of this. 16.41. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. So this is 17. So that is a little bit larger. So it's the only thing so far I've seen. Dang it. Dang it. Does it really matter? We'll find out. I mean, it may wobble a bit. Maybe they got complaints that the Z button was too tight. I don't know. I never had an issue with the Z button being too tight. All right. Let's put her back together. We got that back in. I mean, the stick feels great. I mean, it's brand new out of the box. Pops right in the middle, which is what these felt great too. These are the old replacement ones. They felt great too. Just the margins were bad. I'm intrigued to see if they kept the same margins or not. 16.35. So 16.35 is what the original 64 one. So it looks like they just made them larger on the back end for the Z button. Alright, well, let's go plug it in and try it. We got 64, we got the controller. Let's go test it out. Super Smash 64, Super Smash Bros, Super Mario 64. Let's plug this guy in and test it out. Let's try Mario 64. Mario 64 has just slightly better controls when it comes to walking and stuff. Start it. I mean, if you just barely move it, I mean, you tippy toes. Just barely. It doesn't even move. He just moonwalks. Let's moonwalk him. There he goes. So, feels good. It might be good for some of the competitors, because it is Hall effects. Yeah, that feels good. Alright, let's try it on Super Smash Bros. I don't main anyone on here. It feels good. It works. I don't mind it. It's all I'm used to the 64 stick, so the fatter GameCube stick feels fine for me, but I'm used to the smaller, skinnier sticks. But I'm no competitive 64 player at all. I don't speed run, so I can't get into the minutes of this control stick too much. I can tell you it feels good, plays good. And because it is Hall effect sticks, it's supposed to last longer. Now, like I said, the original 64 sticks lasted forever. This might be a replacement for those that you just want a little bit better. Maybe, hopefully, if the Hall effects pan out and they do well and they last longer, that maybe this is the best way we can go. Now, we'll probably have a couple of these in the shop to sell to people. I don't know what it's supposed to sell for. I don't know how much they're going to cost us to have, what Hyperkin's idea and how much they're going to be. So if they're not too bad, you know, we can have them to replace the sticks at a whole for customers to buy. Because we also repair the original ones. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you next time. Don't forget, if your N64 is a little droopy, you need a little pick-me-up, maybe a little blue pill. How about you get a little blue stick instead? Don't forget to Hall effects it up. It's lipstick.